Alright, with technical difficulties over with now, let's get this show on the road. Shall we? We're on part 3 where we are going to be finishing up with Act 2. Go back to full screen. Apply. Okay. Return to game. Actually, let's options. Turn some of this up. Turn some of the music up so I'm not getting paid for this. There we go. Return to game. And welcome back to the desert for part 3 where we will be fighting the boss. But before we do so, I need to pull up chat on my phone, if it will let me. Let's go home. Trying to get chat up and running. There we go. Video's up. There we go. Listen, I will charge my phone after stream. It'll be ready for next time. But 35% should be plenty for me to watch chat while I play. Okay, so last time we left off, I said I had to do some grinding. I went from level 19 to level 24. Grinding has been a little rough because there has, even in online games, there has been a lot of tall games. So I really haven't had much of an easy time running this. So here we are. Those 5 levels I gained, everything went into dexterity because we're going to take this to 100 to match our strength. For this build, the most we'll need is, I think it's 110 for strength, and 85 for dex. So yeah, we need level 57 for that. So we need 79 dexterity, 156 strength. So we do actually have to get our strength pretty up there, but we'll get our dex to 80, and then work on getting our strength to 156, and then put everything into HP. I got real lucky with a free game over the weekend. Okay, so one thing I left for to show the stream, what we have from leveling is we've got 5 skills. So we're going to put 1 into Lightning Sentry. And then the rest we're actually going to put into, let's see, Fire Blast, Lightning Sentry. We're just going to put the rest into Fire Blast and try and get that to 20 as fast as possible, because that bumps up our end goal, as well as it bumps up to our lower level ones, which we're using more now. So with that being buffed, these will deal more damage, making life a little bit easier for us. You'll notice I swapped and actually picked up a sword. It deals double the damage of that claw we were using, and since we're not really meleeing people with this build, might as well just have the sword. It does better, and then when we eventually run out of MP, which I need to buy 3 more pots of, we will need to swing at stuff occasionally until we can town portal our way back. That's too low level health potions. We'll buy 2 of those. Okay. So with this said and done, we're going to go to Canyon of the Magi. And hello, whoever has joined. I see that I have 2 people watching. Appreciate you being here. Let's go to our quests. So where we last left off, we had completed Tal Rasha's... Whoops. We completed his staff. I have this here, so I have inventory space cleared up. And so now we need to find his tomb. His proper tomb is designated here by this square on the quest, the 7 tombs. This just says that we need to stick the staff into the pedestal inside the tomb. So let us find the square. Because we need it to be there so we don't be square. God, that sounded so 70s. Don't want to be square, man. So now we're just gonna go find the right tomb and fight the boss. And then we're gonna be starting on Act 3. There's really not much storyline wise to talk about here. Sorry about that. Oops, wrong thing. Bad habit from grinding through those levels. Here we go, square. Okay. So we're just literally clearing house, like publishers. And then once we get to the chamber, we'll go in. Hopefully we'll bravely and heroically kick Randolph's tail. And then that will allow us to go to Act 3, the corrupted region for Mephiston. I'm going to put it out there now. Act 3 is going to be rough. Just running through it is not going to be the smoothest task there is. And okay. Let's go just in here, audio. Sound effects, I'll turn that down. Okay. Because the one big issue I have with that is, or with Act 3, is the boss. The boss Mephiston is actually really difficult. Like, even if you have an easy time, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Give me 1 second. Actually, return to game. I'm gonna do this because there's not a whole lot of sound. Options, audio, sound effects. I'll put it 50. Let's see if that worked. Kind of, but now, I presume it's good for y'all now, at least. Because I really can't hear diddly squat. Okay, now I can hear stuff.
Not enough
Good.
mana. I need mana.
You know, everybody always told me I had a voice for radio.
Not enough mana.
Not enough mana. So yeah, just working our way through the tomb, trying to find where the chamber we need to unlock is. See how little EXP my EXP bar is moving now? Like, as soon as I hit level 24, EXP here just very much died. That's why usually when people do this run, they have to run it like 6-7 times for level 25. And that's doing it like fast with like a whole group of people helping out.
I need mana.
And I'm definitely going to have to restock on the potions by the time we get to the boss. Yeah, this is going by so much faster than I was able to finally put skill points down.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, 1 or 2 levels of a skill make a huge difference in damage output in this game, which is why certain builds just focus on very high plus to skills. One thing I want to bring up about Paladin that I talked about last time I streamed, and that was the fact that only 2 of the auras buff the hammer skill. That is actually a change from the original game. I was going back and looking earlier because I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't remember it ever getting a buff before, and it didn't until they added that and Resurrected. So Resurrected is a little bit more difficult to play, but at the same time they've also buffed parts of it and actually given purpose for a fair chunk of like your skills. So there's a reason to use skills and not just save up until you get to max level. Because if you just save up till you get to max level, then, you know, you did max damage. Now you're not doing max damage unless you put points into all those lower skills. And here we are at the tomb. Hey, lucky guess for me. Now we definitely need to go restock and grab our mercenary.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Ultima. So we're going to take Drogon here, fill up on pots. And since we're fighting the boss, I'm going to do 50-50. See, now if we were on a different class, this would go very, very differently. If we were a barbarian or a paladin, or even a class like druid or necromancer, where they essentially are very tanky. Necromancer and druid just have a bunch of pets that tank for them. This would not be so worrisome. But assassins, unfortunately, are very squishy class, and there's no getting around that. That's why every guide that you see online, it says put bare minimum into what you can equip your gear, and then stick the rest into HP. So that's why this build we're only going so far with strength, just to get what we need, and then after that we're going fully into HP after the strength and dex we need, because all of our gear will give us plenty of mana. And buddy,
I need mana.
there we go. Oh wow, I got lucky. I got a lot of little rare things.
Can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I'll take the TP. So that is Durandal done. So now, if I'll stop glitching, we just talked to the big angel man here at the end of the act.
I thank you, mortal, for my freedom. But I did expect you earlier. I am the Archangel Tyrion. I came here to prevent Diablo from freeing his brother Baal. But I have failed. Now terror and destruction roam free throughout your world. Even now, they head towards the eastern capital of Kurast, to the very heart of the Zakarum Temple. There they hope to find their eldest brother, Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who was imprisoned there ages ago. If the three prime evils unite, they will be invincible. Though it is unclear as to what their aims are, it is certain that they must be stopped at all costs. I am broken, and the energies that tie me to this world are diminishing rapidly. You must take up this quest and prevent the three brothers from reuniting. You must cross the sea and search for Diablo and Baal in Kurast. Now, hurry, mortal. Time is running out for all of us.
I shall track the prime evils to the ends of the world.
The Ark.
Yep.
Good
We
to
must
see you.
track the arch evils to the end of the world. Let's see. Ethereal, so I'll sell it. No. Okay, all sellable. Which I will do once we get to Act 3, because we have some people we need to talk to.
You have done very well. Few could have come this far, let alone discover the true tomb of Tal Rasha. Unfortunately, I hear that Diablo and Baal have eluded your grasp. This is most unfortunate. If you wish to travel east, I have authorized Mashif to give you passage by sea. I imagine he should be very anxious to leave by now. Good luck on your quest, and thank you again for saving my beloved city. You will always be welcome in Lut Gholein, my friend.
And now we go to
I'm sorry.
the place we're about to go to is where the assassins come from, because one of the NPCs there is the namesake for one of the high-end assassin gear kits.
Greetings. I'm Mashif, captain of this ship here. I make port runs around the Twin Sea. Jaren tells me.
Jaren tells me that
Good to see
you
you.
would like to go east. And so we left the deserts for Kurast, my homeland, where I can finally spend a little bit of time getting the sand out of everywhere. I hate the sand. It's coarse, and it gets everywhere.
I stood in the doorway between light and dark. What was left of my sanity implored me not to enter. But that voice was just a whisper now. As we worked our way
Now we see Dobby's perspective as he follows the Malfoys deep into the tomb.
in my companion, he seemed to be gaining strength.
Is it me, or does like the side view of the Dark Wanderer very much look like the guy who plays Emotep in the Mummy movies?
We came at last to a great hall.
Emotep. He has been possessed.
I realized my companion hadn't been gaining strength. He had been losing what was left of his humanity.
I do love the motif of their wings are not wings, but like, yeah, but like tendrils of their power that allow them to float. Dobby is a good house elf, and Dobby does what he is told. By the voices in his head. Well, the fire on the bridge has been burning there for many hundreds, if not thousands of years. And it's not like fire, it's like holy flame.
To this ancient city anymore. I hope you brought your wits with you, for sanity is in short supply here. My name is Ratley. I am a sorcerer skilled in metalwork. It'd be a pleasure to help you. I don't have many customers these days. As you can see, the populace has been brutally decimated by the forces of Mephisto. The canals run red with blood.
But yeah, not gonna spoil it, but I really wish we got to see the rest of that fight.
The only safety you'll find is
also, I believe our character is meant to be the one that is represented by that, like, creep. But we also see at the beginning of this, when we start walking out, we actually see him on his journey to the location. We just never see him actually reach the location.
Located within Karas, deep in the jungle wilderness. It's true, their zeal is unmatched, but I say the so-called warriors of light are nothing more than the twisted puppets of a hidden hand.
To be fair, that hidden hand was, why am I drawing a blank? The Lady in the Mother Crystal. Gosh darn it. Also, I think the trash can fell over again. I don't know if it's the wind or somebody crawling up just to knock it over. What's going on, but it keeps falling over right there.
You now speak to Ormus.
You now speak to Ormus. He was once a great mage, but now, like a rat, he lives in a sinking vessel.
You have questions for Ormus, and doubt in yourself. Ormus sees a strange dichotomy in you, as he does in all would-be heroes. Speak to him,
buddy, I don't believe you were a
in
sorcerer in the past at all. Look at that six-pack. Look at the six-pack on this man. He is a sorcerer in the same way that the Pillar Men are. So we have Ashira.
Hello there. You must be a great adventurer to risk coming here. My name's Ashira, and I lead the mercenary band of mages known as the Iron Wolves. We've been hunting down demons in the jungle for months, but no matter how many of them we kill, they just keep coming. Seems this whole place has been overrun by evil. Rumor has it that you've come here to help. If that's true, then I'll let
Also,
you hire
she has
some
a
of my
snake draped
mercenaries.
over her shoulders.
But be careful. If you piss them off, they can be worse than those monsters out in the jungle.
See, she has a snake. Ah, I see you two have made it here,
I've not
Deckard
set
Cain.
foot in glorious Kurast for many years, but I never would have imagined it could be so corrupted. Certainly this must be Mephisto's work. You'd best get going, my friend. Diablo and Baal are still out there, and you must find them.
Actually, no, I will actually need that for this act. Okay. So in this act, we're going through the jungles, fighting the hordes, the demons. Actually, we don't even get to demons till very later on. We're just fighting all the little, like... I'm just going to say it's flat out. One, Natalia here is the namesake for one of the high-end assassin quests, or gears. But she... So one of the things about this zone, the first zone we had the little red, blue, and yellow gremlin things. Here we just essentially have pygmies. See, there's the Dark Wanderer. Nothing we can do about him. But there's, like... I feel like they're racially stereotyped enemies in here, which, considering this was made in the 90s, is not like the weirdest thing for a game to have. But every time I come to Act 3, it feels kind of weird fighting them. Not gonna lie. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second when I come to a group of them. Oh, am I gonna get the Jade statue already? Nice. The big guy there, or once you kill this group, I think one of them is supposed to drop it, but didn't. Interesting. Okay. Usually when you fight that one guy there, the one that was glowing a different color, he usually drops the Jade statue. But yeah, all the little guys that just got mowed down, these are the ones I'm talking about.
I need mana. I need mana.
This act is one of the ones that I've actually, since I came back to play the game, I've had to run through it the most. Because in Resurrected, they changed a couple of really big things. And they're like exploits to like jump through the game more quickly. So now, unless you have somebody with the completed flail already, for the mission, you can't cheat your way straight to the end of Act 3 like you used to. Used to Act 3, the only thing you had to kill was the, nope, I need to find the spider's lair, not the arachnid's lair. Used to all you'd do is grab the flail from the council, and you'd be able to go through. But now you have to find all 3 pieces of the flail plus the flail itself. The flail is dropped off the council, but the other pieces you have to collect by going through the forest.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Sorry for the yawning. It was like ridiculously cold the last 3 days, and then the last 2 days it's been warm. So my body is like, So I do apologize for the yawning. What happens when you don't have mana plus gear? You gotta smack him with a sword. But yeah, these little enemies are the ones I was talking about, are kind of like... I know when they die you can see that they look more demonic, but we are in a rainforest, and maybe it's just me, I feel like they are probably inspired. I'm not gonna say like they're trying to be mean about it. I guarantee you they're inspired about tales of like indigenous peoples in the woods, especially in this case the tribes that are known to eat others and cannibalize, because when we get to their part of the jungle where like their capital is, one, I gotta go back and refill on stuff. But when we go see where their capital is and we have to go to the dungeons there, they have people like roasting. Local village people roasting on an open fire. Creepy little short enemies cackling in their face. And though they've been killed many times, many ways, to the slaughter we will go.
I need mana.
Yeah, no, that thing is costs way too much mana. Because the hero is on her way.
What should I do with it?
She's bringing lots of traps and pain. I don't know, on this day. And every demon spawn is gonna run. Okay, enough singing.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Oh, you know, I should have put arachnophobia tag on this for today. Oops. So our quest, we picked up the Jade statue. Now we can go talk to Kane. The Jade statue will give, when we complete that quest, it will give us a permanent plus. It's either a +5 or it's a permanent +5 to all resistances. And then when we complete the tomb one here, which we won't get to till the very end, this gives us +20 life. This will give us +5 to all of our resistances. Sorry, I get those two backwards in my head sometimes. But when you're doing a playthrough or you're playing a character, if you really want to max out everything on it and just be like super uber and awesome, then make sure you hit up those two skills or two quests. There's 4 quests that are not mandatory in the game to like complete it, but if you want your character to be at their best, you have to do those 4. So the first one, again, you don't have to do the Den of Evil, but it gives you a free skill point. the first quest in the sewers in Act 2 that also gives you a free skill point, as well as a magical item that you can sell if you're not in hell difficulty and just stacking coins from secret cow levels. Let's see, we're in Spider Forest. Okay. So yeah, the first quest in Act 1, the first quest in Act 2, the first and fourth quest in Act 3, and the first quest in Act
Not
4.
enough mana.
And then I forgot which one it is. There's a quest in Act 5 that also gives you a permanent bonus to your resistances. So doing those in all 3 of the difficulties gives you a ton of skills and resistance in life. So you can get a total of 2, 4. You can get a total of 12 extra skills from just the quests through normal, nightmare, and hell difficulty. Because you can gain 1 from Act 1, 1 from Act 2, 2 from Act 4, and then you can do that 3 times. So that's why when you're level 99, you essentially have the skills of a level 111. And you have the stats of a 102 level character, essentially. And that's just because this game sets stuff up weirdly.
Not enough mana.
Not enough mana. Kitty cat, you'll be out when I get closer to being through with this. Ooh, a tall room. So now we're in the Great Marsh. Unlike the other areas where you have like a small corridor to go through or a fence, did anybody catch the loading area? Or the, not loading area, but the visible sign of the difference? Me neither. We're going to cross back over into the other marsh here in a second. And we're going to go back into the Great Marsh once we turn back around up here somewhere. Nope. Oh, we're still in the Great Marsh. Okay. So it didn't pull that weird thing. Sometimes the Great Marsh will be in like 3 segments in the middle of other parts of the forest. I don't know why it does that. So we have Caleb's eye. I'm putting that in there because we're going to have to fuse it. So we have to go through the Great Marsh to find the to get to the Little People's capital in the game.
I need mana.
Oh, sweet. Waypoint. Let's see, it's this.
Not enough mana.
I remember the first time I did a full run through of Act 3. It was interesting at the time. but I was 12. Yeah, it took me like 3 years of playing this game to finally play through a character, and nobody was rushing anybody at the time. But back in the day, we were running through the forest. And slaughtering them wholesale. I remember coming through this back in the day and been like, why couldn't they have made a Jurassic Park game like this? It would have been so easy. And then come to find out later that they did, but a lot of them were on like the Game Boy. And so, going back from my younger days, back to the present. Man, I remember as a kid, the game looked like this. But when... I swear to God, it looked this good as a kid. I had no idea it actually looked like this back in the day. It's so interesting how our brain remembers stuff differently. It's like there ain't no way it was that bad of graphics. I've played games with better graphics. So it just like your brain auto remasters games in its own head sometimes.
I need mana.
And now we're back in the spider forest. Like, what the heck? Yeah, damn Frogos. Look at them cheeks. All caked up on a Tuesday afternoon.
Not enough mana.
This game is very much like D&D 5e. Enemies will only have resistances and no one will have weaknesses except the main character, who, depending on which difficulty you're in, the difficulty applies a difficulty or a debuff to your resistances. And then if you use certain charms that do lower enemies' resistance to effects so that you can deal normal damage to them, those charms make you less resistant. So if you're going into, say, hell difficulty and you have 100 resistance in everything, but your class only deals damage that is mostly resisted by enemies, so you have the charm that sunders their resistance, you're going from 100 in resistance down to like 50 and or negative 100, where you're actually technically like weak to it because you'll deal extra damage. So yeah, the enemies can't have weakness, but you can, which I think is a little BS, but nobody asked me for the game design. And I swear I probably missed something in the Great Marsh. Knowing me. What? I'm not sure, because Flare Jungle is where we go into... Oh, I think we have to go through Great Marsh to find the next zone. But again, it's Act 3's weird.
I need mana.
I just love that literally some of the enemies in here are two enemies just sitting on each other's shoulders. All they need is a trench coat over them and they're a meme. So we're either going to find the waypoint over here or we are going to find their little dungeon city. Or a dead end. Okay. Thank you, game. Man, I am super worried that we're not going to be able to beat Mephiston. If we get there, we're definitely giving it the college try, but I don't think we're going to beat him.
Not enough mana.
Because Durandal has a ton of HP, but doesn't hit you very hard. Mephiston's the very opposite. He has middle of the road kind of HP for a boss, but he hits like a truck. So like, if you're not over leveled or you don't have if you're not over leveled or don't have a ton of HP to just tank it, this is going to be rough because I'm not going to have the HP and I kind of barely have the defense. Like, mind you, this set, while this set makes me feel like, oh, okay, he's squishy, I'm a lot tankier than I would be in just standard gear. Okay. So we don't need to go into the swampy pits. Me, after I get home from playing Airsoft at a Milsim event. I can feel the boos coming from people on that one. I deserve them. That was bad.
Not enough mana.
Spring flame. Yeah.
Not enough mana.
I need to find music to play next time I stream.
I need mana.
Because just winding my way through this forest is so boring. But also, I feel like it's fair to show this part because, like, if you don't show the grindy bits that you may have to do, you're not giving a fair representation of the game. Like, I did want to save y'all the pain of the 5 hours I took to gain those 5 levels for Act 2, but here, if I skip the grind to find places, that's 90% of the experience. have going up here?
Not
I
enough
have an
mana.
upsetty kitty cat. She wants out of it. I put her in the bathroom so that she's not jumping on the keyboard and getting in the way all stream, which I feel bad about. Kitty cat's a good kitty unless you're doing something and then she has to lay on everything in your way, which, I mean, it's just canon for all cats, but at the same time, it's like, please give me a break. Alright, where's the guy I gotta kill for the given thing? Oh, yep, there you spawn.
I need mana.
Give me the given. Alright, I've got to go restock. The given is just a quest item, so let's head back, let's restock, because the dungeon is very close. Ah, you found one of my friend's eyes. Okay. That's nothing. Move this over here. Okay, now I gotta go running around town talking to people. Okay, so the golden bird, I gotta talk to Mashif first. Oh. You have done well, hero.
Well, I gave you my word and brought you here as promised. But by all that's still holy, I wish I'd never returned to this accursed place. This fetid jungle can't be the fair Kurast I left behind. I don't know what all this evil is, my friend, but it's obvious that you must stop it. I only pray that you can before the jungle consumes the last vestiges of my beloved homeland. Praise you. That jade figurine will complete the set I was collecting. Here, I've had this statuette of a golden bird for years, but I consider it a fair exchange.
Huh, it just so happens that there's a crazy man here in town that wants a bird. A golden bird, some might say.
Greeting. Ah, the golden bird of Guile. Thank you, my friend. Busy yourself while I experiment with the ashes within it. Then return and see what I've made for you.
Literally, the quest here is now I have to step outside the city, so the game, like, air quote, zones, so I can go back and talk to him to complete that quest. What in God's... Where'd you all come from? Oh, they must have come... The Wanderer must have dissipated into them. Okay.
What do you need?
I gotta talk to Shira.
From the ashes of Guile, I have mixed for you a potion.
Yes, mix for me a potion. Yes, this potion gives 20 life. I bring him golden bird, he gives me tonic of life. He is good man. Now I gotta go talk to the other lady.
This magic ring does me no good. Here, wear it proudly.
Oh, I gotta talk to him. Talk to Ashia.
Now that fewer of the Iron Wolves are needed to guard the dock side, some of them have volunteered to accompany you free of charge.
So if I didn't have a mercenary when I completed that quest, it would have given me one of the free sorcerer companions. And I forgot to go buy my stuff again. guess I'll get to the dungeon and I'll do that. Because if that's where that's at, the dungeon should be nearby. Usually those are in the same little town.
I need mana.
Good news, everybody. It's a suppository. The joke in that episode of Futurama is that you're supposed to take it up the butt. That's what a suppository is. You put it in your butt to take the meds. And so he was making a joke about that, like, fist-sized black pill having to go up there so that they could breathe underwater. My little friendings, what is it you want? Actually, that's strong bad. That sounds more like a strong bad accent right now than another one. We're going on a trip, Bonners. Brain focus. You're not allowed to go insane right now. You have things you must do. Yeah, did you put any of that Bixit on the cable yet?
I need mana.
Because like you were telling me with Alizé to get her to stop chewing on stuff. Might be the best way to get her to stop. What? Are you kidding me? I swear to God, if I have to go get more internet cable because of that cat. Oh, okay, apparently I didn't hit that in time. Like, are her taste buds broken? What on earth? Now we just run through the jungle. Dum, 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 dum. Look, okay, look at the size of this map. Okay, we're still in the Flare Jungle. This entire zone is about the size of all the maps of most dungeons put next to each other. This is ridiculous. This is out of hand. There are two of them now. Well, we know where the next zone is. Actually, I missed a wall here. Let's see, can I go up it? No. Okay. Well, now we just look on the map for places that it allows us to go that we haven't. That is how we find our way around here. Actually, did it let us go back in this corner? No. Okay. So we're going to have to go up this way. What I meant about they cannibalize people. Oh sweet, here's the dungeon. So now I definitely am going to do this, because I'm going to need to use a lot of mana to get through here.
Yes?
Good day.
Good day, citizen. Actually, I need more mana. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's go grab our merc.
Good day.
Hey, buddy, come on. We got a job to do. In case something goes wrong. Alright.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
So while we're walking through here, we're just, again, just clearing the house, getting to the bottom where we can get, we're either getting a brain or a heart from this place. I forget which. Whatever is not, so if it's the brain or the heart, the last thing we have to get is the other body part. This game uses body parts for a lot of quests. In Act 1, once you've beaten a difficulty, you can make open the secret cow level, which you need Wirt's leg from Tristram. So for that, you have to use leg. In Act 3, you have to use somebody's eye, heart, and brain.
I need mana.
Ugh. I have got to stop getting up at 5:30 every morning. It's just so useless.
I need mana. At this point, for a little while, we're just going to be focusing on skilling up those lowest two traps, and then focusing on our decks. Not enough mana.
Okay.
I need mana.
If y'all are wondering why I don't mute my phone today, is just in case I get news about something. Is why. Wow, this floor is empty. Do I have no challenges? Oh, finally.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Oh snap, crackle and pop.
I need mana.
I found a man's brain.
This is
Key
most
cat.
fortunate. Colleen's brain knows
And with the brain, only 2 pieces left. I think I'm gonna have to call it. I almost hit my head a minute ago when I was just running. That's why I ran to the group of enemies. Almost fell asleep in my chair. So I think I'm gonna call it. Thank y'all for joining me today, and as always, I appreciate those of you who have been following. Next time, I'm going to get through Act 3, or as best as possible. Like I said, Mephisto may give us difficulties, but we will at least try it. I don't need to level buff for that instance, because until we get past Mephiston, there's nothing we can really do to level up other than grind out in the forest, and that's going to be a waste of your and my time. So we're just going to try and fight him over and over again. We will body crush him. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming out to my stream. Please make sure that if you are following me, please go over to my fiancée Morgana's channel and check her out. She streamed earlier today. And if you'd like to support us to help with bills or food, description, our link for my fiancee's Ko-Fi is in the description below. That also has links to, I think, her Amazon stuff. I'll have to go double check on that. But I do appreciate y'all coming out to the stream. I hope I wasn't too boring today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing y'all next time as we complete our run through the jungle, as Creedence Clearwater Revival once said. Peace.